BBC Three has secured the first televised access to a full post-mortem on an obese person whose body was donated to medical science. This summer, our pathology team assembled to reveal from the inside the dangers of us all getting too fat.
Oh my god, that is so freaking nasty.
Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Knick-Knack!
Hey, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Knick-Knack, and this week, I don't know how compelling this video is going to be necessarily, but, you know, as a collector, I'm sure you can relate to this, that once every 6 months, maybe a year, you kind of start looking around your collection room. I call it the Plastic Planet. You might call it your man cave or whatever. Your wife probably calls it your dolly room. That's okay because we're big men, right? We can handle that. But no, seriously. You look around your room and you kind of feel like you need to kind of redecorate a little bit. And right now, I'm kind of feeling like the Plastic Planet has gotten a little cluttered. Namely, this is my desk. This is where I do most of my editing work at and whatnot. And, you know, I've got almost all miscellaneous through here. I've got my, a lot of 80s stuff, some Voltron, my DC, and then it moves around here into my Transformers. And all this looks fine and everything. And then finishing up with my giant Star Trek shelf, which is great. And I've had this shelf here since we moved into this house back in 2014. But you know what? I'm just kind of feeling like it's time for a change. So I took it upon myself tonight. I went over to our IKEA store and I bought 2 new Detolfs. And as you know, Detolfs are these glass shelves that are over here. And I'm going to set these up where this shelf is here. And I'm going to take this shelf right here and take it downstairs into my archive room, which I'm going to show you guys, which is also kind of a mess right now in itself. As we head down here, you see, this is my archive room, and the lighting's not real great down here, but this is where I keep most of my old Power of the Force, Star Wars stuff. I've got some old gaming systems over there. Of course, my weight bench, my neglected fish tanks, which need a lot of TLC right now as well. So what I want to do is get this room more spruced up with, you know, my Star Trek, my DC, my 80s collectibles, my Voltron, and intermix it in with all this older Star Wars stuff. And then commit the entire Plastic Planet up here to premium Star Wars, which, as you can see, all of my premium Star Wars stuff is really, really, really bunched up in here. It's just, it's almost cluttered to the point where I don't enjoy it as much as I should because it's all jammed. So this is sort of the closest I ever come to feeling like a minimalist here, and I use that term very, very loosely. Obviously, I'm not going to turn this room into a room with a folding chair and a fern. But I mean, I want to kind of get it more so that I can enjoy the more expensive pieces up here, and then enjoy my more mass retail. Well, actually, a lot of those Transformers are not mass retail, but enjoy, you know, some mass retail and some of my other genre items downstairs. Alrighty, so I'm downstairs in the archive room now, and first things first, before I can get that pretty good sized shelf down here, I got to get this room kind of organized. And one thing that is really, really troublesome, and I'm sure you can probably relate to this, are boxes. I mean, look at all these goddamn boxes I have. Not only there, but here. I mean, I have a whole 2 shelves, almost 3 shelves, just full of boxes, and that doesn't even begin to cover what's in my crawl space, which is over there. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but I'd like to get this under control because I'd actually like to use this as some kind of display space. So what I'm thinking of doing is trying to get as many of these boxes organized, because obviously there's action figure accessories in these. These are all Hot Toys and newer Sideshow boxes, and so you want to keep the damn things. because if you throw them out, A, it kills your resale, as you know. I mean, not that I plan on selling my stuff, but hey, you know, you never know what the future brings, right? At least I at least want to have the option of hanging on to as much value out of my collectibles as possible. So I am keeping the damn things, even though it's such a burden as far as space goes. So I'm gonna go get a Sharpie and try to label these a little better on the sides, and then probably try to stack them up on top of this filing cabinet if I can. At least get them up and out of the way, so at least I can use this for some other collectibles and whatnot, and maybe try to loosen my load over here so I can bring that shelf down here. So anyway, that's my first goal right now. We're going to move these boxes. Alrighty, so I hate starting a damn project. It's just, it sucks when you're just starting out and there's like no light at the end of the tunnel at this point, and that's kind of where I'm at. But I have managed to make a little progress here. So as you can see, I've managed to get all those boxes out of there, and I have moved the lion's share of them up here. And I've labeled them accordingly with a black Sharpie for quick reference. I don't know. Isn't like one of the first symptoms of hoarding stacking garbage to the ceiling? Yeah, I might be there. I might just frickin' be there. It's kind of, I don't know. That's pretty unsightly. I left some space there so I can stack up some more aesthetically pleasing looking boxes as opposed to those ugly brown shippers. So hopefully it'll look a little better. I mean, this is after all still a basement, but nevertheless, that's really depressing looking and sort of like reeks of mental illness. I did check up there to make sure there wasn't any kind of like wires or hot water pipes or anything that might get warm against those boxes. I don't know. I always get paranoid when I'm dealing with this stuff. I don't want to cause a house fire. I think I'm cool. So, ugh. All right. I will continue. All right, so I've been at this a little while, and I've got a little bit of an update. I mean, it looks a little better. I mean, it looks still Hoarder City down here, but it looks a little better. At least organized chaos. That's what I'm going for here, is organized chaos. Alrighty, so as you can see, I'm still utilizing this for storage spaces for boxes. I was kind of hoping to do some kind of like Star Wars ship display or something down there, but nah, that just wasn't in the cards. I still have just so many damn boxes. But I managed to, get the nicer looking boxes out front and access to that box down there, which is actually my G1 Transformer, so I kind of want to keep that within grasp. And then I was able to kind of decorate this out. Those are all shippers behind these, but I was able to push all these nicer boxes to the front. So, it's a fair display, I guess. I mean, it's still not fantastic, but boy, it looks better than it did, I think. And in all doing so, I managed to clear off this entire shelf here. So that's really good. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this shelf yet. Hopefully collectibles. Yeah, but we'll see. Of course, the downside is it is a utility shelf, and so it's full of, slots and grates and stuff. And, that's not exactly privy to action figures being able to stand on it. But hey, we'll give it a shot. Alrighty, so it's Friday afternoon. I've been at this for a little while. Actually, I just had some Wendy's and took a nap. But I have been at it for a little while, and I did manage to get that entire Star Trek shelf, which was just previously over there, downstairs into the archive room. And I'm kind of impressed. It really opened up some space in here. That's going to look really nice with some of those details and just kind of get more of my finer pieces going. It's going to look really, I think it's going to look pretty damn good. So as you can see, that whole corner's now opened up, which is really nice. I think these details, once I put them together, and God, that's going to suck. But I think once I put those together, it's going to look pretty sharp. And as you can see down here in the archive room, my progress down here is noteworthy anyway. I have cleared off some room on these shelves. I've been getting some collectibles on them. I'm not sure if those are going to stay there or not. And here is my Star Trek shelf that was previously upstairs, now down here, and I'm just kind of slowly putting stuff back on those. So all in all, fairly some progress, I guess. And then, there's just shit everywhere down here. And that's really how these kind of projects get frustrating to me. I used to really enjoy redecorating and putting stuff up and down and finding new ways to display my collectibles. But I think over the years, and this is, 20 years of adult collecting now just completely just avalanching on top of me here. There's just so much shit. I don't know where to put anything anymore. It's almost like I have too much shit. I will admit it. But, asking me to get rid of any of it, sell it, give it away to Goodwill or you know, or charity or anything. It's like asking me to cut off a finger. I just can't do it. It's sort of an obsessive compulsive disorder with me, whereas I hate giving things away. And I have given some things away in the past, and honestly, I regretted it. So anyway, that is what it is. But yeah, we're making progress here. Ugh, disgusting. Oh, hey there. So here it is. It's day 2 of my little redecorating project. And first and foremost, today I've got to get this fish tank cleaned up. It is nasty. You know, actually, when you have a shitload of collectibles, like I do, I've been collecting for almost 20 years, redecorating your room, rearranging your room, I should say, is a lot like cleaning up a fish tank. The more you start doing it, the more you churn up all this shit. So yeah, just like that nasty-ass fish tank, this is what my archive room looks like right now. I mean, yeah, that's my weight bench you're looking at, that it's become a catch-all. And as you can see, I'm not going to be busting out any reps anytime soon on that thing, because there's just crap everywhere. I've got stuff I need to find new homes for, things I need to rehang. What a hassle. I mean, this used to actually be really enjoyable for me, to reset up a room and to kind of reset my collection, but as the years have gone by and I've gotten more and more shit, it's just become kind of a chore. And I'm not trying, this is by no means an endorsement of minimalism here. If anyone dislikes minimalists, it's me. But I kind of see their point in the sense that, you know, your shit can become a little too stressful for you, and maybe on some level it's not worth it. But then again, you crack open a new Hot Toys figure and it's goddamn worth it, isn't it? On the flip side, I did get my, as I showed off yesterday, I did get my Star Trek shelf reset up down here, and I think that looks pretty damn good. So, and it's kind of classed up the room a little bit, having these nicer shelves down here, you know, in addition to, you know, most of my shelves down here are, you know, either like the horrible old solder shelves, you know, they sell at Walmart, or even worse, some of these just industrial shelves that, you know, I've got collectibles on that are actually, you know, designed to, you know, hold Drano and toilet paper. So, I don't know, it's kind of classed things up a little bit down here. But, yeah, so this is the state of things as it stands right now. I'm going to try to finish cleaning up this fish tank, and I'm going to do a water change on it, and I'm going to do a water change and clean up this fish tank as well. I actually, last May, I had babies in there, and they're getting pretty big now, and I honestly haven't even cleaned this fish tank since they were born, as far as a water change, because you have to stick it, you know, if you're a fish tank guy, you'd know, you got to stick a tube down here and siphon all the crap out of the gravel, and I was always afraid I'd suck up one of these little guys, but they're getting pretty big now, so I think I'll be okay. So anyway, I got to do that as well. So here's the state of things as it stands right now. I did redecorate these shelves a little bit yesterday. I think they look pretty good, but you know, when I'm all done, I'll give you guys a full, like, you know, revised room tour in this video, and yeah, so, you know, stick around for that. Alrighty, so I'm going to do a water change, and this is always kind of nasty. I've got my siphoning hose here, and if you're a fish tank guy, you know all about this. I'm going to stick this large end down, and that'll help me siphon up all the sediment and fish grossness out of the rocks. But there's a way that you're supposed to siphon these things where you don't have to do this, but honestly, I've never really learned how to do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna like suck on this thing like a cheap Tijuana hooker until I get fish water. Hopefully I can. The trick is, as I see it come up the tube, to dump it in the bucket before it gets in my mouth. So this is always entertaining. So I thought, why not show you guys? Fish water, gross! Oh God, I'm getting it all over the floor. Ah, it's so warm. Ugh. Yeah, just look at all that nasty fish shit coming out of there. Actually, it's not too bad. I've seen it a lot worse, but that's still nasty. Ugh. All that. It's like a freaking sewer. What a freaking mess I made. I got water all over the freaking floor. Talk about a comedy of errors. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, look at this. Look how nasty this is. That is so freaking foul. You ever watch that show Tanked on Animal Planet? And they always set up these like awesome like fish tanks, you know, like set up in a pinball machine and shit. See, this is the reason why that's just not pragmatic. Because when you actually got to get in here and clean this crap, because, you know, this is the unsexy side of the aquarium hobby right here. Is cleaning up this kind of shit. That is just nasty. Look at that algae. Ugh. Alrighty, you know what else really grinds my gears when I'm cleaning out my fish tank? It's when I go to change out the cartridges out of my filter. Now the filters, I have a Penguin filter on the back of this tank, and it takes 2 cartridges. And what the cartridges do, if you're not a fish tank person, is it catches all the crap as it's filtered out of the water, and then, you know, pours clean water into the tank, so it cycles it basically. And then the cartridges, after a while, and this has been more than a few months since I've changed this, get to start looking like this. I mean, look how freaking nasty that is. I mean, that is all like biological waste, basically fish poo. This is the sewer system of my fish tank, and it is freaking nasty. And I'm like running my finger through it, and I'm gonna, after this, I'm gonna go upstairs and like run my hand down my wife's face and tell her how beautiful she is. And I won't tell her that I've been touching fish poo. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, what really grinds my gears is when I go to replace the cartridges, which, as you can see, I need to do that. I go in and I only have 1 cartridge left. And of course, there's 2 cartridges I need to change. Why? Because these things only come in packs of 3. 3 cartridges, but the filter only takes 2. So I've got 1 left over every time. So basically, I got to go to the store and buy more. So each time it's an odd man out as far as how many cartridges I have versus how many cartridges I need. So it's a pain in the ass. I really hate that. Oh, Godzilla, you dirty little lizard! Get that nasty fish cartridge out of your mouth! Ew, gross! Alrighty, so now that I've had a nice drink of fish poo water, have played with some slime, and now I'm ready to fill back up the tank. So hopefully I need to get on this because my pump's running kind of dry, and that's not a good thing. Well, let's just do it over here. The floor's all wet. I'm always afraid I'm going to get electrocuted when I'm doing this shit. This is not a fun chore. I should probably do it more than I do. I maybe only do it once every like 3 to 6 months, which is like not good. But I don't know. My fish always seem to be doing okay. I rarely lose a fish, so I must be doing something right as an aquariumist, fish tank enthusiast. I don't know. So I must be doing something right, but it is a nasty job. Absolutely nasty. Alrighty, so unlike the Poseidon adventure, this particular underwater adventure of cleaning out my fish tanks had no fatalities to them, at least not fish-wise. Although my socks got really wet, and I still can't quite seem to get that fish tank water taste out of my mouth. Nevertheless, it did go off without a hitch, and I am reasonably happy with how my fish tanks look right now. Yep, just look at my little baby mollies swimming around, and they're real happy, and that water looks really clear and clean. They seem to be digging it, and so does my $10 Aquaman that has been living in there for about a year now. I kind of dig him in there, and I'm kind of surprised how well he's held up, actually. I've had him in there for quite a long time, and you know, he hasn't faded or anything, and he hasn't polluted the water, so it's a go. I mean, sometimes putting toys in fish tanks can be kind of problematic, and you know, you should take some caution if you're an aquarium person and you put some kind of like cheap toy inside of an aquarium that's not designed to go in an aquarium. You know, make sure that there's no metal pieces in there because you don't want that rusting and corroding, because that could damage your water quality and hurt your fish. But I think this dude is all plastic, and I think he's held up very well in there, and my guppies seem to like him too. Not guppies, those are mollies. They seem to dig him though. And over here in my 65-gallon fish tank, it's doing pretty good too. There's still some sediment churned up in there, not unlike the plastic planet right now with all the crap that I have strewn out across it. But it seems to be settling in nice. I have that one lone filter working overtime in there for me. I got to go to PetSmart or something tomorrow and get another filter. But nevertheless, everything seems to be going well. Fish seem to be happy. And so, yeah, it's actually a little nicer to look at now that it's not a half-full, bubbling, churning cauldron of disgustingness. That gets a Fonzie thumbs up. Stupid algae eater. Do your goddamn job, Placostomus. More like Placosticant. So here it is. It's Sunday morning. It's It's about midnight, and I am running out of steam working on this project, and I haven't even gotten these detolves even out of the box yet to build them. The basement, or my archive room, is still a mess. And I got tomorrow, but I mean, I got other things I got to do tomorrow too, so I don't know. This project is losing steam fast. I took a whole day off of work to work on it, and yet, you know, I'm right hip deep in just all this crap. I mean, the plastic planet is in shambles right now. And that just sucks. That just sucks. So, I don't know. It'll get done, but man, this sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, this is definitely one of the downsides of having a large action figure / collectible collection, because I mean, when you really try to rearrange it, it should be something that you enjoy, and yet, man, I'm not really enjoying this. Ugh, this sucks.
Will Knick-Knack be able to restore order to all the chaos that has befallen the plastic planet, or will he himself fall to insanity? Tune in next time for another exciting episode of Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet!
Oh, I love a new figure fresh out of the box. I don't know about you, but I had a great time.
We're getting nasty here on the plastic planet.
Look at this nice, tranquil aquarium. Notice these fish dithering about their day, absolutely absent-minded of all the chaos and insanity of the real world. And while this is nice and relaxing, and who could blame you for not wanting to leave it, why don't you go ahead right now and click on another episode of Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet? There's 3 right here to choose from, and they're all a lot of fun to watch. And hey, better yet, if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting for? We have so much fun here at Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. Do it now. Otherwise, click on another video.